Welcome back to the Nash Potatoes Outdoor Show. Today I'm going to build a bridge across the South Zapata Creek using lumber scraps and recycled nails. Right here is Zapata Falls. If you've never been, you've got to hike back into this cave in order to see the falls. So it's really best to wait until the river freezes over, which it isn't quite frozen yet. I'd give it another couple weeks and then give it a shot. Otherwise, that water's freezing cold and you've got to try to use some waterproof boots. So here is an overview of the hike that I'm doing today. Right now we're at Zapata Falls. As you can see, the parking lot is down at the bottom of the screen there. Where we are going to build the bridge is up about 3/4 of a mile from Zapata Falls. Most people don't even know that this section of trail exists. So what you need to do once you leave Zapata Falls is come out like this and hang a left right here at this sign, and that'll give you access to all the trails further up the mountain, and they go on for miles and miles. If you go to all trails, you can find a bunch of good hikes to do. Here's a good shot of Great Sand Dunes National Park. I've got a beautiful sunny day, as you can see. The Great Sand Dunes is just up the road a few miles, maybe 4 or 5 miles. This section of trail is really beautiful. I try to get up here as much as I can because it's just 20 minutes from my house. Okay, so here is South Zapata Creek, and this is where we need to build the bridge, is right across here. There's just no good way to get across. And when my buddy came to visit me, he fell in the water. The other day when I was building this bridge, I fell in the water, and I see people struggle to get across every time I'm here. So I thought, well, let's just go ahead and try and build a bridge, because I knew that there were some abandoned timbers a little bit further up the mountain, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a good shot of the San Luis Valley. If you're not familiar, it's in southern Colorado. It's about 50 miles wide and 100 miles long. It's a really great place to explore, and housing prices are fairly affordable compared to the rest of Colorado. Okay, so here is this log cabin that is in bad shape, and I thought I could use some of these timbers, drag them just a little ways down the mountain, and try to build a makeshift bridge. So here's the first timber that I'm dragging down. Luckily, the trail was covered in snow, so it went down fairly easy, although they were still pretty heavy. Okay, now I've got it at the creek right now, trying to get it across. I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to put it. To be honest, I wasn't even sure if they were going to be long enough to go across the river. But that one went in nicely, as you can see. So then it was time to go up and get the second log, which seemed bigger than the first one. And then I was able to get that into place. I was going to go up for a third log, but I was just exhausted. So this is day one. I only brought just a few pieces of wood with me to build the top of the bridge. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I had to come back on a second day with more wood and more nails to finish off the job. This is such a beautiful area, especially since almost, I would say 98% of the people go to Zapata Falls, and that's it. Maybe 2% of the population goes on further. So that went into place quite nicely. It was not perfectly level, but I was able to do a decent job with getting the top on there. So this is the end of day one. I only brought a few pieces of wood with me. I wanted to see how it would go on, if it would even secure to the wood. I wasn't sure exactly what the plan was. So I ended up coming back on day two, and I brought a lot more wood with me, as you can see. There appeared to be some fresh footprints, so I thought people are actually already using it, which made me feel good. I just ran to Home Depot and got some 1x4s I don't know how durable they will be. Hopefully it'll last maybe 5 years or something would be nice. I'd hate to come back in the springtime and have it be destroyed already. The timbers seem to be in pretty good shape. I mean, they must be at least 100 years old as it is. So you would think that they're going to last for the long haul, hopefully. I was going to secure each board with 4 nails, but it started to get pretty cold, so then I just started doing 2 nails per board. I might have to go back and secure them a little bit better later on. And now we're on the other side of the bridge. I just wanted to put a few more pieces on. And then at the end of the project, I noticed that there were just a few imperfections where there were kind of trip hazards on the bridge. And I'll show you in just a second what I'm talking about. So here's the first trip hazard that I noticed. So I had a couple of pieces of wood left over, and I was able to fix them, kind of like a makeshift repair. And then there's one more a little bit further down the bridge right there. I was able to fix that one as well. So as long as the bridge holds up, I think we're in good shape. The only way to get across, there was a fallen tree a little bit further down the creek. You can try to balance beam across that thing, but I didn't have the cojones to try it because it looked a little bit too scary to me. I typically jump across the rocks, but that's not even an option when there's ice on top of the rocks. So as I said, there was just no good way to get across. And we're just wrapping these last few boards up here, and then I did a couple walks across the bridge to make sure that it held up. There we go. I wasn't sure if I wanted to come back and put some plywood on top of that. I think I'll just see how this holds up and go from there. Didn't turn out too bad. I know it looks kind of janky, but I just wanted it to be functional, more or less. So this is where the trail goes on, and it gets steep quick. Right up that way, it gets really steep. It's manageable, but it is steep. And then come back through, test it out one more time. You can see where I repaired that trip hazard there. And it slanted down just a little bit as well, so that kind of fixed that dip just a little bit. Overall, I was pretty happy with it. I'm just going to come back and put a few more nails in it, and I think it'll be good to go. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching the Nash Potatoes Outdoor Show. If you're interested, I recently did a video about this exact hiking trail. Go ahead and look that up on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.